There's nothing like being behind the scenes. I love being in the green room because this is where the magic happens. This is where it all goes down, and guests like Sarah show up, and they're in the building. So Sarah, take a moment if you would, and I like to ask the question of everybody. They have your bio. They can read that. They can go find you online. But take a moment if you would and tell them, who is Sarah, and more importantly, what are you up to these days?
Well, first of all, I want to say that Sarah is very grateful to be on this show. Che, it was really nice to connect with you and to be able to be in this light, in this incredible audience. I want to say hello to everyone. Appreciate your time coming on to change your life. That's what we're all here for. We want to impact the world. We want to impact ourselves. That's what this is about. That's what I'm about. So for those of you who do not know me, I'm Sara Weiss. I'm from Ottawa, Ontario. I am a consciousness evolution catalyst. I like to help people evolve their consciousness in a way that you get to do it not only for yourself, but for the world. That's what we're here for, right? To evolve ourselves, to evolve the people around us. How many people here, and I mean, I wish I could see a comment box, but I would always say, put in the comments if you're the type of person that likes to help people. And I know that everyone's like, yeah, that's me. I want to help people. I want to change the world. So I like to empower others to be able to do that more effectively, more efficiently. I am not a writer, yet I am an author. I wrote my first book about a year ago. It hit the shelves and became a #1 bestseller pretty quickly because I'm very real. I'm very raw and authentic. And in a world where social media is really about, how can I people please and show up in a way that I think people want to see me, I just show up real. And it's not perfect, and sometimes it's messy, sometimes it's not pretty, but I will always give you the real, authentic me, and I know that that's what the world needs right now, especially for the people who just want to be able to live this effortlessness and flow and abundance. It's all about showing up real. I literally like to show up with messy hair sometimes to say, it's not about showing up perfectly, it's about showing up, and you're going to be judged, so you might as well be judged being yourself. That's what I'm about, and I'm super happy to be able to have this talk with you, Che, because I know that's part of what you do. I know you're very aligned with changing the world, helping others, empowering others. So it is such an honor to be here. I'm super excited for this talk with you.
When you mentioned a couple of times the whole part of just being yourself, and for the dualpreneurs out there, they've worked all day at the 9 to 5, then they come home and work all night as an entrepreneur. For the single mom out there, or the single dad, or the married couple that's out there just tuning in right now, and they're like, oh my gosh, she picked this topic, ego hacking and magic. Question, Shay, should I watch? I mean, is it just for entrepreneurs? Is it for folks who want to grow professionally? Can you take a moment for those folks that are seeing it and hearing it for the first time, and kind of let them know what they can expect, what this topic is really all about, why this topic is the question, and why now?
Well, the world is shifting. The world is shifting in a big way. And something that I've noticed, because I'm someone who always wanted to live my best life as well as help others live their best life. And something I noticed in the world of personal development was that many people who embark on their personal development journey, they read the books, they go to the seminars, they show up on these shows, they hire the coaches, they do all those things. And why is it that 96% of people who embark in personal development do not achieve their goals? That might be hard to believe, but if you think about it, think about all the people you know that have embarked in this journey, not many of them actually succeed. So for me, that question has been major on my soul because it took me a while before I actually stepped into my inner superhero and was able to be successful in my endeavors, find my true love, create financial abundance and freedom and time freedom, and be a better parent for my children. It took me quite a while. And in that time, I wondered, why is it so difficult when literally I'm part of a community and an industry that is dedicated to helping people achieve their goals? I've known people who have been in the industry of personal development for 30 plus years and are still living paycheck to paycheck. There's a lot of them. So I had to beg myself the question, as a success coach and a consciousness evolution catalyst, why is that? And how can I change that? So I've focused on taking people away from this idea of personal development and shifted into a place where we give shortcuts to massive breakthroughs by changing the way you think. Here's what I want to tell you all. If you haven't found the success and the love and all the freedoms that you want in life, It's not your fault. Okay, I really want you to understand this. You're already great. You don't have to develop into something great. You don't have to become something great. Say it with me. I am already great. And it is true. And some of you might find that hard to believe, but it's true. Here's why the failures are not your fault. Since day one, since you came into this planet, this beautiful existence that we all get to share, you've been programmed to use disempowering thoughts, disempowering questions, which have led you into being trapped behind these barriers that you cannot overcome. It was Albert Einstein that said, you can't solve a problem with the same thinking that created that problem. So it doesn't matter how many years you go into personal development seeking information, and strategies. If you don't think differently, you will not be able to solve the problem. So we're in a world where a lot of people have this default thinking pattern that is keeping people below living their superhero life. And I've cracked the code using ego hacking and magic questions.
Wow, you cracked the code. I can't wait for those folks that are out there like Kelly that's watching right now. Cheryl that's in the house. Thanks a lot, Michael, up in New York. New York, so nice to name it twice. It is always a pleasure. We've got a show. We're going to get started on the other side. We'll find out about this ego hacking, by the way. When we get to the other side, we'll ask how she was able to crack the code and what that means for you. So we'll go ahead and get started in 5, my favorite thing to do. 4, I can't wait. 3, 2, 1. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a show to get started. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission is to provide you, that's right, you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I always like to start off by sharing, I believe you have 3 visions. At least I do. You have these visions as well. I believe first you have a vision for yourself, which Sarah's going to talk about, the way that you want to live, the organic food that you want to eat, the beautiful home that you want to live in. And it takes, well, resources, which means you need some revenue to make it a reality. And then the second vision I believe you have is you have a vision for your loved ones. I mean, the ones that you care the most about. I mean, the kids that you want to send to a school of your choice, that takes some resources. Some of you want to write a check for a loved one's health care insurance. That takes some resources. Others just want to support a cause financially that you really believe in. And it takes, well, resources. That means you need some revenue to make it a reality. And then the third vision you have is I believe you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. Like what you're on this earth to do is so much bigger than you. And I happen to be a believer. You don't have to be a believer, but I believe, imagine that you're Noah. That's my favorite example to give in the Bible. And imagine you have this task. And God's giving you all the experience. He's giving you all the expertise. And then right before you get started, imagine there's a knock at the door. Boom, boom, boom. And someone says, yo, Noah. They did say yo back in the day, by the way. Yo, Noah, there's a problem. There's no hammers in the house. Noah says, no big deal. I'm not going to worry about that. And then someone else says, Shorty. They did say Shorty back in the day. I just want y'all to know that. No, Shorty. Over here. I got to let you know there's no nails either. No hammer, no nails. Rule number 1, Noah's not panicking. And maybe you going through some things right now. And you're thinking, yeah, that's me right now. And then someone's yelling in the back, Noah, they're jumping up and down me. me, Noah. He's like, what could it possibly be? Well, Noah, there's no wood and there's no people to put the boat together. Good luck. And maybe that's you. You've got a big heart. You want to get this business going, but for whatever reason, it ain't happening. This morning, this evening, this afternoon, the one and only Sara showed up for one reason only, and that's to help you be more successful and live the life you deserve. So with that being said, let me welcome the one and only Sara Weiss. What's up, Sara Weiss? How are you? You're in the building now.
Oh my gosh, Che, I am feeling your electric personality, and I gotta say, it's just contagious, and I feel your vibe so deeply. You guys are so blessed to have Che to not only, bring on excellent people like me to share from me, but he is obviously very driven to help you succeed. If you are here, you're obviously getting the tools and resources you need to build your boat, to do what you got to do to hop inside this juicy life and make the most out of it, squeeze all the juice out of it. So Che, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for showing up so powerfully. Every time you do these shows, I'm sure people walk away just feeling so much better about what they know they're capable of doing. So thank you so much. I am Sara Weiss from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
She's in the building, you guys. She's here. She's in the house. And, the first question I have, and I just want to address the elephant in the room. You talked about it in the green room. You said, Che, there are folks that are watching all the YouTube videos. Shay, they're attending all the webinars. Shay, they bought all the books. Shay, they've invested in coaching. And Shay, when they look back at where they are now, they're not as successful as they want to be. And I want to ask you, just based on your experience and your years of working with folks, what's one of the things that just holds people back? And I know it's a loaded question, so you can unleash from really living the life they not only deserve, but serving the people when they've tried so hard and for whatever reason they seem to be on a hamster wheel.
Well, it's us, first of all. It's us holding ourselves back. It's not taxes. It's not the way the world works. It's not the pandemic. It's us, but not the way you think it is. A lot of people think this, I'm not good enough mentality. I'm not worthy. I'm not smart enough. I'm not tall enough, short enough. I mean, you name it. We all get stuck in this question of what's wrong with me and why me, and become victims of our own selves. It's not that. Because I'll tell you, all of our imperfections actually can become our superpowers if we let them. But it has to do with the way we've been programmed from birth. And it's not their fault either. It's not our parents' fault. It's not our teacher's fault. It's not our peers' fault or our coworkers' fault. It is just how we've been brought up into society over the past generations. And what I help people do as a consciousness evolution catalyst is to help change the default thinking patterns that are keeping you below being your inner superhero that already exists within you.
What do you say to the person that's watching now and says, is it too late for me? Like, other folks have got off to a fast start, and let's talk to, if you can, the person that's out there says, I've got a lot going on. I mean, I'm doing a lot, but it's not happening. What does ego hacking mean? And what are these magic questions? Are they fairy dust you throw in the air? So can you take a moment and just kind of unpack the title, and so folks understand kind of the message you're going to be delivering?
First of all, it is never too late to be your inner superhero, guys. It's never, ever too late. I mean, one of the industries that I love and have called home for many years is network marketing. But I sucked at it for 9 years. Okay. 9 years. I didn't make over like $1,000. People thought I was crazy to continue doing it. A lot of people thought I should just give up and try something else. But over the past 3 years, I've created magical incomes because I didn't give up, and I didn't think, this must not be for me, or maybe success isn't for me because clearly I'm not good at it. You're never too late. You're never too late. And it's not about just money. It's not about all the accolades and the recognition. There's so much more to being successful. And it really comes down to your happiness, your love, your own self-acceptance. So when it comes to what I'm about to teach with magic questions and ego hacking, there's never a better time than now to start changing the default questions that are going on in your mind and allowing you to see the best in life, the best in you, and live it. You're here. The present is a gift. It is a gift. It's not about yesterday. It's not about tomorrow. It's about right now. And what I want to do for you is change your right now. Allow you to see the best in right now, the best in you right now.
See the best in you right now. For those folks that are out there watching, like Daphne that says she loves you, she's been following you for a number of years. Charlotte that's watching right now, that's out there, by the way. Thanks so much. Nicole Peters is in the house, in the building. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it, by the way. And all of you out there watching right now, do me a favor, hit the share button. The mother dear is watching. I see her. She's out there. You bring out the all-stars. I see you just bring out the all-stars. For those folks that are watching, do me a favor. You can pay this message forward. We want you to hit the share button. And don't worry, Sarah's perfectly okay with this. Hit the share button, and you can pay this message forward to someone else. We believe in the giver's economy. The person that outgives the competition will out-earn the competition. Let me say it again. The person that outgives the competition will out-earn the competition. So hit the share button. You can copy-paste the link if you want, post it into your social media group or any group that's out there right now. And I'm going to ask Sarah, who will change your life if you let her. Sarah, what is one of the thoughts or one of the questions that folks should be asking themselves then in order to help them not only improve themselves so they can help other folks?
You know what? I want to give it up to my husband, who made me see gratitude in another light. We all know the power of gratitude, but when you realize that gratitude is your acceptance of your worthiness to receive, and I'll say that again, gratitude is your acceptance of your worthiness to receive. If you're grateful for something, you're accepting your worthiness to receive something because you're grateful for it. Gratitude is a huge basis for the magic questions. Now, there's more to it, but if you can start to ask yourself more often why you're grateful for something, you're going to see the lesson that you can be grateful for. Now, if you want to grow, you're going to need to experience the lessons. So everything that you're going through right now, you're part of Earth School, baby. You're in Earth School. You are signed up. You're in class right now. So you have a choice. Do you want to make the most of the lessons that are in front of you and the challenges that are a blessing in disguise filled with lessons in front of you right now? Then you got to find the gratitude. You got to ask why you're grateful for said challenge, for the person who stabbed you in the back, the husband that cheated on you, the person who cut you off while you're driving. If all you do and all you take from this call is the magic question of why am I grateful this happened, you're going to grow much faster. You're going to be able to see the lessons that are being given to you by God, source, creator, universe, whatever you want to call it. Things are being put in front of you to grow you. They're not to stop you. They're not to slow you down. Everything in your life is a gift if you allow it to be, if you accept it as such. So one of the main questions is, why am I grateful for this? Why do I love that this is happening for me? And I'll tell you, the answers that come up, they can blow you away. If you get stuck in victim mentality and say, why me? Why did this happen to me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with them? You're focused on the problem and you're going to get stuck in the problem. We want to focus on the solution. The solution is what's going to help you grow and get to another level of existence towards your inner superhero. So when you ask questions that lead you to the solution instead of the problem, you're going to be able to grow so much faster.
Wow. Grow so much faster. And you talked about you being able to share these principles with other individuals and how they've been able to use these principles to take their life to a whole nother level. You talked about ego hacking and now talking about magic questions. What are some things that folks are like, well, I need to write down some things I'm grateful for? Like right now, gratitude is so important. And they might be wondering, Sarah, don't leave us on the edge. What are some things that you're grateful for? Do you have gratitude for that? Maybe I can have gratitude for that. Maybe they can adopt. Is anything 1, 2, or 3 that's top of mind to you?
Well, challenges really are, if you want to grow, you gotta be challenged. I mean, you can't get to grade 2 without being challenged from grade 1. Once grade 1 becomes easy, now grade 2 comes and it's a challenge. So I love a good challenge. And in the moment it can be difficult, but if you can start to see the things that challenge you as exactly what you need with gratitude, like my coach, I have a really incredible coach, Jason Ozuna. He's incredible. He puts it this way. If you're learning to ride a bike, you're going to fall and scrape your knee sometimes. And a lot of people would say, this is so terrible. I scraped my knee. Maybe I should give up. This is painful. And he promotes the way of looking at it as, I'm so glad I scraped my knee. It means I'm closer to riding the bike. It means I'm closer to being skilled at what I'm doing. So that is something I'm very grateful for. The more you can find the gratitude in these challenges, the more you prepare yourself to win. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for this life full of miracles. I mean, when you get ready to receive miracles, it's not that you actually start to receive more miracles. You actually recognize that the miracles were always there. They're always surrounding us. This call is a miracle. The fact that you're here tonight is a miracle. If you reach out to me and we have a chat, it's a miracle. I see the miracles in every single thing we do. So I'm very, very grateful for all the miracles, all the boats that are coming here to scoop me up and take me away to my goals without me having to feel like life is a battlefield that I have to fight to win and fight to survive. I used to have that mentality, and I'm just so grateful that I just hop in the boats and I let them take me to where I want to go.
Wow. Love it. And if you can, I know you talked a little about some of your early struggles in terms of in business. Can you take a moment and maybe share maybe a time in your life, and maybe it's never happened, where there was some challenge, there was some setback, and you had to apply these principles that kind of helped you bounce back and helped you rebound? And some folks might say, maybe she got it all together. Shay, why are you asking that? Well, maybe she's like me. Maybe she's like you. Maybe she's had these challenges. So let's just let her answer her question. So when have you had a setback, and what lessons did you learn from it?
Oh, geez. How long do you got?
Well, just give us one. Just give us one.
One challenge. Okay. Telling the world 5 years ago that I didn't identify with my gender, big challenge. A lot of people turned their back on me. I lost faith in humanity, faith in God. I was stuck in victim mentality. I was a very negative human being. I ended up on welfare with a bedbug infestation, living in just above a ghetto, single mom of two with an ex who was, stuck with her demons of alcoholism. And I just had a very rough time in that moment. It came to the point where I ended up selling my body to pay for rent. I was just about on the edge of just ending it all. So I was very challenged. I had a rough time for a few years where it could have ended me. Luckily, I knew I had a spark inside me, and maybe some of you will relate with this. That spark that says, just, you can't give up. There's so much more that you have to offer than just this lowly existence. Do not give up now. One step will turn into 2, will turn into 4, will turn into 8, and eventually you'll get where you want to go. So I've been very challenged, very, very challenged. And what really shifted was having gratitude. When I started to be grateful for all these things that I hated so much, this home that I hated so much that I felt like was a jail cell with literally a bedbug infestation. Remember the moment that I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to find my self-love, my self-worth, my happiness. And I decided to say, what am I grateful for? The first thing I saw, I opened my eyes, I saw a doorknob. It was the doorknob to my bedroom, which was also my living room. And I said, okay, why am I grateful for this doorknob? And my ego came up with the answer of, well, your daughters open it every single morning to come in and give you love. So I could cry right now. So that was a pivotal moment in my life, being grateful for a doorknob.
Wow. Well, thank you for your authenticity. Thanks for sharing that. We certainly really appreciate that. And before we move on to the next segment, not so much the motivational side, and that's a good part of what you do, but what steps would you give to someone that says, okay, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling gratitude now. I'm feeling like I can do this. And they're like, all right, if she had to say, here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3 to get back on the right path. Shay, what guidance would she just share in the short amount of time that she has? What's the 1, 2, and 3 things that I should do just to get back on the path?
Well, I would say it's 4 things.
4, okay.
That I teach people is like the foundation to creation. Oh, that sounds so beautiful. That just rolls off the tongue. The foundation to creation. I got to write that down. Don't let me forget this, Che. So the foundation to creation, it starts with vision. It starts with the vision of where you want to go. You cannot reach a destination that you want if you don't know what it is. So having the vision of where you want to go, and it's not just about, people talk about the law of attraction and manifestation. It's like, well, I want all these things. I want the house. I want the freedom. I want the money. I want the love. I want all these things. It's not just about the vision of where you're going, but who you are becoming. I wrote a book about this, and it was talking about my life and how when I finally stopped defining myself by who I was in the past and who I was in the moment, and instead started to define myself by who I wanted to become, I started to become that version of me, the inner superhero. I started to see this vision that I was creating, where in that vision, I had better posture. I felt better about myself. I had more confidence. I had more love. I was more connected. I spoke well. I didn't speak this well back then, but what I saw in my vision was a different version of me. The inner superhero in me was living out her dream life and her purpose in life. There was so much love, connectivity, and meaning in what I saw in my vision. Just seeing that. And I saw it so clearly that I could smell it. I could taste it. I could hear it. And I created what I called my purpose sphere. So my vision was so clear, I could hold it in my hand, and it felt like I could just see inside this crystal ball. There I am. There's the beautiful life of me impacting so many lives and feeling so incredibly grateful for every moment I'm living. Once I saw that vision, all of a sudden I had belief. Because if I saw it, if I saw myself already living it, then I could believe it. Seeing is believing, right? We got to understand, though, that believing is seeing. So I use that vision and I create a belief. It's like, okay, I've seen it. I know what I look like in my dream life. I know how I feel in my dream life. I know what my dream life is. I have a destination. I just got to go. I just got to move forward. Every time I take one step forward, I am closer to fulfilling my purpose in life and loving every step I take. So I create the vision. Vision leads to belief. Once you have that belief, all of a sudden you can get passionate. Belief leads to passion, and that passion is the energy. Passion leads to action. So when you have vision, it'll turn into a belief. When you have belief, you get passionate about it. Because if you believe you can do something incredible, you believe you have an inner superhero in you, which I promise you do. In fact, I always say this. I want you to recognize that you are already great. You don't have to become great. You already are great. There is no transcending into greatness because you already are great. The only difference will be that you accept it and that you recognize it. So say it with me, everyone who's watching. I am already great.
I am already great. I love it.
Yeah. And if you want to create this, the foundation to creation is you create that vision, you get that belief, it leads to the passion, which gives you the energy to conquer the world. When you're passionate about something, and you guys all know what I mean. When you're passionate about something, you can stay up all night. There is no sleep in you. You probably won't sleep after tonight, after you realize that you already are a superhero, and that leads to action. Passion leads to action. That action is the creator. That's the energy. The energy is everything. Everything is energy. So if you have energy towards your belief, towards your passion, towards your vision, you're going to create. You're going to start to mold your reality right in front of you.
Wow, I love it. As you mentioned that, we're moving to a segment now that's one of our core philosophies, one of our core beliefs. And that segment is the belief around today is my January 1st. Now, for those folks that are out there, before we do the segment, hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. Sarah showed up for one reason only, and that is to serve. But she has a second reason, and that is to add value. So she served plus add value. When you hit that share button and that little box pops up, just write those words, serve and add value. Serve and add value. Do that now. Hit the button. I know you got to take your thumb. I know you got to reach up a little bit, but just go ahead and do that. You're going to bless another little boy or a little girl or a big boy that's out there right now, and you will change their life. This message is for them. The segment is called Today is My January 1st. And for those folks that know what I'm about to do, you can look right below the video right now and you can write those words if you're watching us live right now that today is my January 1st. Today is my January 1st. And for those folks who want to know, what is Shay talking about? Well, today is my January 1st represents not a calendar date, but today is my January 1st represents anytime you make a decision. And that decision you make could change the trajectory of your life. And it's probably about 1,000 decisions you make throughout the day. And any one of them could change the trajectory of your life. You make a decision, you're going to work out. You remember those resolutions? That's a January 1st moment. You make a decision that you're going to binge watch. That is still a January 1st moment, by the way. Netflix, Hulu, Prime TV, whatever it is. You make a decision, you're going to eat hamburgers and French fries and some salt and some pepper. My sons will have to put some hot sauce on there. Or you're going to open up the refrigerator and there's some kale. There's some broccoli. It gets better. There's some Brussels sprouts. That's a January 1st moment. So today is my January 1st, represents a fresh start. It represents a do-over. It means I'll pass. The past back there is no longer the future. So my question to Sarah over there is, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what goes to your mind? What do you hear?
Be supported. Be supported. I remember the moment I finally was vulnerable enough to say, I need help. You know, we all live with this pride that we got this I got this mentality, and I don't want to be a burden on anybody. That freaking mentality, it's time to get rid of that and be supported. I've created this like how to do anything process. And one of the main steps is who's going to support you in achieving this anything goal. Being supported is a pivotal step in your success. No massive success in the world did it alone. Gary Vee said, people are the game. People are the game. Get good at people. Be supported. Allow people to lift you up. Don't stop thinking that you're not good enough to be supported. You're not good enough for someone to want to help you. If you seek it, then you will find it. You can't find it if you don't seek it. You are so much more powerful if you're connected to someone else who is aligned with your vision and wants to see you rise. And trust me, there are so many people that want to see you rise. I want to see you rise. Anytime anybody reaches out to me, which means you too, find me on Facebook if you want. If you want to rise, allow people to lift you up. That was a big game changer for me. I was in the depths of my despair, and I always say the greatest shifts in your life will come on the brink of destruction, and that's when you need support the most. I remember thinking that nobody supported me, but I also remembered, hey, I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for the support. If I did, it would have shown up, because once I started to finally say, I need mentorship, I need guidance, I need people, I need a tribe of people who want to see me win, not want to step on me to elevate themselves. I started to seek it, and it wasn't very long where I found my first mentor who changed my world because they wanted to see me win. I showed them that I was here to show up, to blow up, to win, to be someone who served the world. And this guy was like, I got something for you. I want to get on a call with you, and I want to see if I can help shift your mindset. It came out of nowhere. It was a friend on Facebook who referred me to another person on Facebook, because I told my friends, I told whoever was in my life, which there wasn't much at the time because I was kind of pushing people away. I said, I need help. I need you to help me. And whether it's you helping me or you referring me to someone who can help me and guide me and teach me, I need help. And that was hard. It was really difficult for me to admit and to say, because I always had this, I got this, I'll figure it out on my own mentality. And that clearly wasn't working. So I don't know if you're listening and you got that mentality. Do a little self-check. And if it ain't working for you, drop that shit. Sorry.
Just drop it and let it go. You know, for those folks that are listening right now, everybody hit the share button. We certainly appreciate it. They might be wondering, Sarah, what type of clients does your firm work with these days? And secondly, how can they best connect with you? Like, how can they stay in this conversation over and beyond tonight or this morning or this afternoon or whatever time they're watching, by the way?
Facebook's my main thing. I'm all over Facebook. It's my favorite platform of choice. So you can find me on Facebook. I go by the name of Sass Boss, SassBoss. I am the Sass Boss. There is no hold bars with me. And you can find me there. You can connect with me on Facebook, either on my page or on my channel. And I highly encourage you to. I'm not some person who thinks I'm too good to speak to anyone. I get a lot of people who will message me and they go, oh my gosh, I saw your profile. I'm not worth your time. I'm just like, wow, oh my gosh, how many people have said that when they message me? I'm like, you are a superhero. And I'll tell you, just believing in someone can change their life forever. I've seen multiple people who message me with that pretext, and I just show them that I believe in them. I'll even look at their profile and say, hey, do you not realize you're an incredible parent? Like, I mean, I'm looking at this. You are spending time with your kids. You are doing this. If I believe in you, I think you deserve to believe in yourself as well. So if someone needs to find some belief in them, reach out. I work with people who are hungry for growth, hungry to change others. It's not really a certain status or a certain financial area that people live in. I work with people who so desperately want the best for themselves and the best for others. So if you show up to me with this hunger for growth and this hunger to change your world and others' worlds, then we're in business. We're going to do something crazy together. And it's not necessarily that you'll have to hire me. Sometimes we just become good friends, and I support you in your growth and becoming the best version of yourself.
I love it. Thanks so much for sharing. I suggest all of you, make sure you connect with Sara. Like, she put it out there. Success is a team sport. One of my 12 rules of life, and we have 12 rules, by the way, but one of them is collaboration crushes competition. I'll say that again. Collaboration crushes competition. And you can hear her put the hand out. She's putting an olive branch, say, I'm a collaborator. So those that want to collaborate, make sure you connect right away. We're moving to a segment now called Rapid Fire. And Rapid Fire is where we get to ask any question that's on our mind, and you can answer it. That's what's so cool, by the way. And one of my favorite questions to ask, of course, they're all my favorite questions, but this is really my favorite questions, is, of all of the mentors that you had along this journey of life, and you've had so many mentors, what's one lesson, just one lesson you could pass on to us? We may never meet your mentor, but we get the lesson. We all get to walk away with it. And you at home, you all can lean in. If you're watching on your cell phone right now, you can kind of lean into your cell phone, because Sara's going to share with you something that has helped her along the way, and you now have it, and it can help you as well.
Oh, there is so much I would love to share with you guys. I'll tell you, a lot of us know who Jim Rohn is. There's a line that he said that really has affected my life and helped me take back my power. And that is, the same winds blow on us all. It's about us setting a better sail. So that has been a pivotal line in my life. So I decided I'm going to set a better sail so that I end up in the destination I want. But something that one of my favorite coaches has helped me realize is that all versions of us are beautiful. The version of you that is scared, that is insecure, that is antisocial, it is up to us to have this. For me, it's the Sara committee. I sit down and I close my eyes and I see a round table where all the versions of Sara are showing up, and there's thousands of them. There's a bunch of them. There's the confident, the excited, the joyous, the happy. And then, I would give them all high fives. This is how I used to live. I would love and value all these versions of me that showed up powerfully. But then there were the versions in the back who I didn't value. The side that got frustrated easily, that showed up immaturely if she didn't get her own way, the one that wasn't very professional at times. There's versions of me that I didn't value. And you cannot be whole and be effective in changing the world if you don't love all versions of yourself. I started to see that all of those versions that I was like, oh, I don't want you in my life, they all bring something to the game. You'll find that any version of you can bring something positive to your existence. So if you see a version of you that maybe doesn't like to be wrong, that was a big thing for me. I hated being wrong. I hated it. It would make me shut down, and I'd hate that person that tried to make me wrong. I had to ask myself, this version of you, Sara, what do you bring to my life? What are you trying to do for me, not to me? And I found out that me being wrong allows myself to grow. If I'm always right, there's no room for me to grow and learn. So I was like, wow, you are so beautiful. This version of you that gets impatient for being wrong, I'm seeing the beauty in you. The version of me that's aggressive. Like, why are you beautiful? What do you do for me? Well, you aggressively chase your goals and you aggressively protect people. So if I do aggression with love, I help myself and I help the world. You can do this with an antisocial side of you, gives you a chance to sit back and observe and take in the moments instead of trying to be part of the moments. You can see this in any version of you. Any version of you is valuable if you choose to see and accept it.
First of all, second to last question as we're coming down the home stretch, very powerful, very authentic as well. What does Sara do for fun? When you're not out saving the world and trying to empower and motivate and encourage and inspire people and all the wonderful things you do, like what does Sara do when she's just having fun?
All of it. All of it. I love to adventure. I love to try new things. We've got this pickleball court. I just found out about pickleball. This is a new thing to me. It's kind of like tennis, but with an oversized pong paddle and a wiffle ball. Me and my husband just started playing that. I like going on long walks on the beach to a full moon. I like going on hikes. I like taking my kids to the trampoline park. Anything with my kids is a ball. We have a trampoline in the back, and I love jumping on it. I can usually last about 30 seconds when they can go all day, but I still enjoy that 30 seconds. Anything with good people, good company. I just love to be around people. People are the game. I love that everyone's got a story. And that is something I love, is hearing people's stories. Just like you have heard so many incredible stories, Che. You're a catalyst for pulling people's stories out. I appreciate that you've done that with me, because as you do that, we learn more about ourselves when we hear ourselves, repeating. Like I literally came up with the foundation of creation tonight because you pulled it out of me. So I appreciate that.
That was good.
Yeah.
Well, first let me say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You have a heart to give. You have a heart to serve. You played full out. Thank you for sharing all the information with us. We've got to have you back. I want to turn it over to you to have your final thoughts or your final comments to empower folks, to inspire folks. And before you do that, two things. For you watching at home, hit the share button. If you did it before, do it again. And we thank you. We appreciate it. One of the ways we can reach more people, we can impact more lives, is by you taking this message and paying it forward. Number two, before Sara gets going, she'll tell you once again how you can connect with her. Some of you are like, gosh, I want to stay in the conversation. I kind of missed it. Or what did she say again? Don't worry. She's going to say how you can connect with her. And then last, she'll give her final thoughts. So over to you, Sara. Once again, we appreciate you so much. Thanks for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show.
Feeling is mutual. Thank you so much for having me, Jay. You're incredible. Love you. Love your audience. Everyone watching, you guys are amazing. You can find me on Facebook. Look up Sass Boss or Sara Weiss, my last name, Weiss. Go on my personal profile. I'm not afraid to accept people on there too. So check me out. And my final thoughts would be that you're worth it. And I know some people have a hard time believing that, but you are. There is no one person that is greater than any other one person. There's no one person that is worse than any one person. We all are worth it. We're worth the time. We're worth the effort. We're worth the kale in the fridge. We're worth taking care of ourselves and taking care of others. You don't have to do anything to be worthy. You were born worthy. You were born that way. And nothing you could have ever done takes that away from you. Guess what? You're human. You hurt yourself. You hurt others. You made mistakes. You failed at certain attempts. Maybe you feel like because of all the things in your past, you're not worth it. We all have a past. We've all been challenged and tested and failed miserably at that test. I can't tell you how many people I don't even know I've hurt unintentionally. But if I stay stuck in this unworthiness, I can never show up to provide such a good value to the people that are around me in my circle and I'll tell you, what you give comes back tenfold. What you give comes back tenfold. And you're always worthy of giving and you're always worthy of receiving. You were born that way no matter what mistakes you've made in your life. So just allow yourself to be worthy and your life will change. If you want it to change, it will change.
It will change. Thanks a lot again. We certainly appreciate you. Can't wait to have you back. Thank you for watching. As she said out there, you've already got greatness inside you. You can ask the magic questions, because today is your January 1st. And for you watching out there, and she mentioned it so eloquently earlier, that you have already everything inside you need to be very, very successful. So if I'm you right now and I'm putting on my sunglasses, I know the future is bright. And for you, the best is still yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is still yet to come. With that being said, my name, for those folks that are curious, is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember, time is long. Life, on the other hand, is very, very short. So you got to live in that moment, and you got to make it count. God bless, and we wish you success. Thanks a lot, Sarah. You're amazing. We out, everyone. Peace. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.